What is up, guys? You're probably all wondering, Cedric, what is your fat ass doing home on a Tuesday? Well, I was also home yesterday. It's because I don't really feel all that well. And if you can take a guess at the title of this video, yeah, I don't know what's wrong with me. I have a hint of what it is, but I'm gonna give you like the breakdown. So let me just zoom in here and let me give you the full story. So if you guys don't know, I made a couple videos about like I've been trying to do weight loss. Another one of my latest videos is that I've been trying a keto diet. I'm gonna run through it. So with the keto diet, it's really just a low fat, low carb diet. And so you can't have like cake, cereal, bread, those are for things, all the good stuff, all my favorite stuff. So what I had to do is I have to make substitutes if I really want something. So my girlfriend, she makes like really good keto brownies, and she also makes really good keto cheesecake. It's like fake sugar and like almond flour, things like that. So I was craving like cookies, so we were trying to find a recipe for keto cookies, and with this we had to use like fake sugar, lots of butter, and also like coconut flour. This recipe that we had, it was actually using almond flour, but almonds are like really expensive, and we had a bunch of coconut flour, so we decided to use that. And we did all that, put it together. We also were like messing with the recipe. We put way more sugar than it needed, and we also put a lot more butter and like creamer and all this other crazy stuff into it. Cookies came out extremely dry. That's another thing with keto, is either something like it's way too moist and oily, or it is just bone dry, not even exaggerating. But yeah, we made the cookies and we saved the other half of the dough for like the next morning to make waffles. It's like, or she did something like that. So what I didn't know is that coconuts are actually kind of like a laxative, and I had quite a few of those cookies the night before because we were hanging out. I was playing Doom and she was watching 90 Day Fiance, and I was just paying attention to it. And I woke up the next morning with a very bad stomach ache, and it was like, it felt like I was dying. Funny enough, my girlfriend, she was actually making those keto waffles from the same exact ingredients. I took a massive shit, like one of the biggest shits I've taken in a really long time. Also, I forgot to say this, if you have a really weak stomach, do not watch this video because we're gonna go into detail of what my poop was. So the best way to describe what my poop looked like, the first poop, actually, this is probably the first poop out of like 10 in like 2 days. So my first poop, it looks like if you took a bag of black bean chips and you crushed them up and just put them in a toilet bowl, it looks exactly like that. And what I've come to realize, I don't know if this is what the problem is. I'm hoping it's not. Probably 90% sure it's not, because I looked this up this morning, is that if your poop is like black like it was, it's probably have some type of like intestinal bleeding. Hopefully not, but yeah, it's probably a sign of intestinal bleeding, so that's fun. And it was a massive shit. It was like half of the toilet bowl was just my shit and water. That was it. Had breakfast with more of those keto waffles that were made out of the same cookie dough. It's like the same exact recipe. Took another massive shit, and it was just stomach ache for my entire Sunday. Just stomach ache, get up and shit. Surprisingly, the toilet paper did not make my asshole super raw. This video is just disgusting. You ever have one of those days when you're just shitting constantly and you keep wiping your ass and then your asshole hurts and then it just hurts to shit and then you have to go and wipe? It was one of those. Yeah, my intestines were just, oh god, I was in an excruciating amount of pain. I wasn't dying or anything, but it just hurt a lot. I just felt nauseous and just completely off. And funny enough, I had to work the next day like a regular American human being. I had to go and work so I could pay for my apartment and pay for the stuff around me. So that Sunday, I was just shitting the entire day. And towards the end, of that day. It was around like 5 or 6 because I had to go to bed super early the night before work because I have to go in to get a COVID test. So like right before I had to go to bed, probably like an hour or two, I had a fart like really, really bad. Have you ever had one of those farts that were so like in there, but you know it's gonna come out, and you have to position your body in a very specific way for a certain amount of time so it could actually be released? It was one of those. My girlfriend So my girlfriend's in the bathroom, and I'm sitting there trying to like get in the position, trying to let the thing go. I feel it moving through my body. It's going through the intestinal walls and everything, and it comes out, and it comes out extremely wet, and I felt a little movement, and it was one of those things where it's just like, okay, did I just fart a lot and it was just a tiny bit, or did I just shit my pants? And it was super wet, and I knew I shat my pants is when I stood up, and I felt something running down my leg. So I had to wait till my girlfriend got out the bathroom, and I was standing there for like a solid like 90 seconds to go use the bathroom, which is like 2 minutes too long, and with shit in your pants. Actually, I wasn't wearing pants. It was in my boxers. Actually, no, I was wearing pajama pants. And so when she got out, I went to sit down in the toilet. There's just like, it was poop, but it was like half of it was clay poop and mucusy. It was like mucusy poop and water. And it was really bizarre. And I did the adult thing. I I put my clothes in the laundry and I took a shower. I think that was probably the last poop I took that day. But the next day I had to go to work. I got up, still felt a little queasy, a little sick. But when I woke up, I had the stomach ache, but usually I don't really poop until after breakfast, right before work. So I went in, made breakfast, got my coffee and everything. Coffee is a really good laxative for me. But after that, I went and I pooped. And the reason why I have to go into work so early is that I have to go and get a COVID test 2 days out of the week. So I go in early on Monday. I go in, and every single time you have to go get a COVID test, you have to fill out all this fucking information, the same exact information every single week, twice a week, every single time. I didn't move. My name didn't change. Jesus. And so I went to go fill out the paper, like the second I got there. Filling out the paperwork, I had to take a shit. So I finished the paperwork. Right after you finish the paperwork, you get in line, they swab your nose and stuff like that, and you go back and you just wait to go back to work. I went in, filled out the paperwork, brought the paperwork with me, took a shit, and then went back and got my COVID test. And it's about an hour and a half between where you come in to do your COVID test and where you go to work. So we get in there like very early, like 5:30 in the morning, just to get our COVID test. You don't have to be there at the very beginning, but I just go there just to get some OT. When we start, it's at 7 o'clock, and I go and I start doing things for work and things like that. And immediately after, I'm moving slow, and I realize that I'm moving slow, and the faster I move, the worse my stomach feels. And then right after that, I have to go poop again. So I ran, pooped, came back, saw my boss, and I walked up to him. I'm just like, hey, dude, yeah, I tried this new diet, and it's making me run to the restroom a lot. So if you see me running, you know what's happening. And he was like, yeah, no worries. And I was like, yeah, I might have to leave because I still don't feel 100%, but I'm fine for now. I go back to my area, worked for like 5, 10, 15 minutes. I don't know if I'm going to projectile vomit wherever I am, or I might defecate in my pants. So I just went up to him like, hey man, I still don't feel good. Can I just go home? And he's like, yeah, sure. So I just got my stuff and skedaddled and walked right at the door and totally forgot to clock out, but he told me to clock me out. So that was my Monday. and it did get a little bit better. My girlfriend, she actually had surgery in the city, and came back home, and she gave me like seltzer water. I was drinking that, drinking a lot more fluids and everything, playing Doom Eternal. Runs amazing on the Switch. How the hell did Panic Button do that? I still don't know. And went to bed, was planning on coming to work the next day. I wanted to get some of that money, some of that nice moolah, and woke up, still felt off. I still felt a little but I realized when I moved, I just did it. If I twist and I move, I think I'm gonna vomit. And I don't know what it is. I still kind of feel sick, but I got ready, got my breakfast, everything, did everything. I got 99.9% done. All I had to do was literally sit in my car and put the thing into reverse, then drive. That's all I had to do. I felt same feeling. I don't know if I'm going to turn the wrong way and then vomit or shit my pants. So I walked to my girlfriend. I asked her, I'm like, dude, what should I do? She was like, hey, if you feel sick, just don't go in. Just don't even risk it. So I put in the sick time, emailed my boss, and was just like, hey, man, I still don't feel good. And I really feel bad because the day before, he was like, hey, do you think this is something that will prevent you coming in the next day? And I'm like, no, I should be able to, like, pass it through and be able to come in tomorrow. And I still feel it. It's 3:39 p.m., 2 days later, and I still feel very sick. And the thing at my job, you have to move and twist and be on your feet all day. And what I have, whatever it is, it does not bode well for it. And I don't understand what it is. If I think about my stomach for a little bit too long, I do the D. Reynolds face, where it's, I am not exaggerating. That is not a joke. Like, I would literally be walking around. I'm thinking about how my stomach feels, and it's like dry heaving, but my stomach isn't doing it. It's my face doing the dry heaving. It's literally my face is making it, but my stomach's not reacting. It's very bizarre. I don't know how to explain it, but that's what it is. It's my face is doing it, but not my stomach. If I twist the wrong way, I feel like I'm going to throw up. There are times where I'm farting and I'm about to shit myself. I should really go to a doctor. That's the thing I should do. Why am I even putting my business like this on YouTube? I feel like someone's going to comment below and try to diagnose me. They're going to say, hey, put some ammonia and bleach, drink that, and that might help. It might. It might be a permanent solution to a lot of things. But yeah, I still feel very yucky, very icky. And I don't know what to do about it except go to a doctor, and I don't want to keep using my sick time. I also feel like a fat, lazy slob where I'm like, I've been on vacation when I really deserve it, or even if I'm sick, I feel like I should go out and like do something, like make a video for my YouTube channel. It makes me pass the time instead of playing Doom the entire day. But I don't know what it is. I could sit down for like an hour or two playing Doom or watching 90 Day Fiance, but if I had to get up and use the bathroom, it's like a weird motion sickness. I don't know what it is. Also, there's still some of those leftover coconut flour cookies. Those are going right in the trash. Yeah, you do a lot of research on a new diet that you're doing, especially if they have weird alternatives and what the effects are, because I don't know if this is the coconut flour or the coconut flour started this and it just broke something inside of me. I don't know. I could eat fine, like I've eaten like breakfast, lunch, and dinner, but it's just the moving part. The moving is just it's nauseating. So yeah, guys, so if this video ever changed your life, open up your mind to anything, please let me know. Link it down below. Please like and subscribe to this video if you almost projectile vomited yourself, because I know this video is disgusting and I still feel kind of gross. Sitting here in this chair, it's kind of making me nauseous. I'm gonna go sit down and play some more Doom Eternal. Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with me. I should go to a doctor, but yeah, thank you so much, guys. But definitely please like and subscribe to the channel. More videos coming out. Actually, I should go read a book. But yeah, thank you guys so much. Peace.